Okay, my introduction is first how I got in contact to aAa. I must say that one of our staff members, our rep in Benelux, Stef Bönk, he always told us, he made pressure on us, so not voluntarily, but he made pressure on us. He said, if we want to be successful in the Holstein world, and especially for our and when I first got into contact to Jan and some of his colleagues, I told him the story that I want to touch and I want to see. But the first communication, the first discussion were so impressive to me that the first time after many years I could talk to a person what he can see in a bull. And my problem always was in the Fleckvieh world where I come from, that nobody can tell you anything about a bull or what he thinks this bull will make in the cow population. So I was very impressed, but I always told him, please show me one day a farm which is already at least 25 years in the aAa business that I can see with my own eyes. 2 years ago we went to a farm, the Horn brothers, and yeah, honestly, I knew the Holstein farms, the commercial farms in Germany, Holstein farms, and we actually, in our company, we worked together with around about 1,000 former Holstein farms, and what I saw there, it was really amazing to me. I told later on to Stef, I told him, if the Holstein world would follow this method of coding and analyzing the animals, we would not sell many straws of Fleckvieh into the Holstein population. So.
Hij heeft dus een bedrijf bezocht en hij was er zo van onder de indruk dat hij zegt, als je dit systeem gaat volgen, dan heb je eigenlijk, dan kun je blijven binnen je Holstein populatie gewoon blijven en dan zou hij zo'n beetje Fleckvieh stieren willen kopen.
I was very impressed about the shining in the eyes of the cows. The cows, you could see they want to live, they want to produce. They had a shiny coat and they were eager to walk, and I can't express it in my words, but that was completely different to the farms I've seen in Germany with this specific breed. That changed my view on aAa. So yeah, I can see that especially in the area we work now, very important that we have farms thinking twice, thinking different to what is a common sense. And I think you will belong to the group of more the profitable farmer in the future. Let me quickly introduce, I don't want to sell any semen, but I just want to give you a short introduction to my company where I work for. We are a farmer-based organization. We have around about 25,000 members, both in pig industry and in cattle industry. We have at the moment 183 staff members. We have at the moment still 460 breeding bulls, but we came down from around about 900 breeding bulls in the genomic area now to 460. We have 260 breeding boars. We do 400,000 first inseminations with 97% with Fleckvieh. We export and we sell about 1.5 million straws, and we also sell about 500,000 doses of boar semen. And even in livestock, we also have a selling or sales of around about 6,000 heads of livestock. There is one specific thing what we have a different management of our bulls. When the bulls, we buy our bulls at the age of 12 to 15 months, then we produce semen, and at the age of 2.5 years, they go to a waiting station to Saxony. It's a neighbor state in the eastern part of Germany, where they walk for the next 2-3 years on pasture and in groups of 15 to 20 bulls. And there we can see easily which bull will make it and which bull will not be strong enough or tough enough to sustain in the AI business. We have in Saxony, Bayern Genetics owns 2 farms with altogether about 1,100 hectares. And we bought 2 years ago one of the farms. They almost got bankrupt. We have now a herd of 200 Holsteins and 200 suckler cows. So we are actually transforming a little bit into the Fleckvieh direction and A2 milk. I would like to give you a little bit background of our Fleckvieh, our breeding philosophy, because it's very important that you understand how we think. It's another world for you, but maybe it's interesting to see how people from another breed get the philosophy, how they do their work. And I have to say we are very different to other companies because we are very much criticizing internal. We criticize a lot the breeding program. Outside we are a strong promoter of Fleckvieh, but inside we are really the people who criticize the most. You see, the bull is very important to us, and we are now in Fleckvieh business. We are now for around about 8 years in the genomic area, and we can already see, and I think also the guys from aAa, Jan, they can see that the type of bulls are changing because there are no rules. At the moment, there is no real selection in the bull. About the exterior, there is only a selection on the paper. The breeding values are the predominant or the very dominant selection tool. The bull itself, not anymore. But so for me, it's important that we get in the Fleckvieh, the bull should be very masculine. We want a strong bull with very overall muscle development, especially at the forehand, a round muscle, a convex shaped muscle in the loins and in the hindquarter. But we don't like to have the fat, the excessive fat, especially in the brisket, in the scrotum. And we also want to see fine structured sexual organs. They should be well developed and not in round balls or balls without any attached, let's say, epididymitis. The cow also, we select for a balanced, hardy, vital and highly efficient dual-purpose cow for the production not only of milk but also for beef and byproducts. By the way, the skin or the hide of Fleckvieh is the most valuable leather in the world, and if you drive Porsches and Toyota or Audis and BMWs, you can be sure that you sit, if you have leather seats, you sit on Fleckvieh leather. Anyway, we would like to have a cow which is designed, which can be designed or can be used under all different production levels. And the cow should be very feminine, even wedge-shaped with a good depth, good length and width, and should be always strong in the loins, because this is very important for me as a vet. I always look, the first thing when I look on a cow is the sound legs and the loins. This is for me very important to see if a cow is able to keep up the performance with the metabolism and the body shape. Okay, you see, for me already it's a problem. It's a big problem that we rank our bulls with a total production index on the top. We call it GZW, Gesamtzuchtwert. We have so different production management levels and production units that we have the grass pasture-based farming, we have the zero grazing, we have the TMR, and we have the mixed condition. So we already know that not all bulls, even they are high ranking, can be used in every production, on every production level. We have a design for the average, not for the top cow, but for the average Fleckvieh cow on grass. We have here the figures that it's a medium, smaller to medium frame cow. It should be in the weight between 500, 600, 650 kilos. And what we expect from such a cow is that she produces 10 times the body weight from grass, only with a little bit extra when she comes to the milking parlor. We are focusing very much on good fat and good protein, especially that we change our genotypes in the direction of kappa-casein BB and beta-casein A2, A2. Then somatics is, we are still in a very good position that the average cell count, which is delivered, the milk is delivered in our area to the milk processor, is around about 140,000 cc. So this is actually no problem, but we just fix it. First calving is a little bit later because some of the farms in our area, they go up to the mountains, so they can't, the development of the cattle is not as good as compared to the lowland or to the zero grazing areas. But very important for our farmers is still that we have a good grading according to the Euro classification, that we get enough money back also from the carcass. You see, I don't want to go through all the different systems. This is a cow where in our area where we have still corn and grass silage and a little, maybe also a little bit soybeans now and alfalfa. These are the mixed systems around Munich, south and north of Munich. Here, if the cow has a weight between 650 and 800 kilo, also average 10 times. We would like to have a little bit more fat, a little bit more protein, but still kappa-casein BB and beta-casein A2, A2. We have a little bit earlier the calving between 26 and 28 months, and we expect a little bit higher carcass weight from such cows. You see, and we have also now more and more farms going to zero grazing. These are now cows where there's more corn silage, more corn, more soybeans, more concentrate. So they have body weights up to 1,000 kilo, and this is the average. So here we expect for an average cow 11 times the body weight. For a top cow, of course, 13 to 14 times the body weight. So a cow with 1,000 kilos, which is producing 9,000 liters, is not an average cow. It's a far below average cow, and these cows we don't like so much. But you see all the same story, a little bit reduced first calving age and a little bit higher carcass weight. This is, you see, I was forced from Steph that I am talking about here the complete Kuh or the complete Kuh. Because we are thinking about the future. The future will be much different and more consumer influenced. They will influence our work. Even they understand less and less from our work. So this part of the consumer, of the population is growing. They spit in the soup what we have to eat. So actually we need a cow which is not extreme. We want a harmonious, nice cow which is able to fulfill all these different things, like I don't want to go in details, but lower in stickstoff and phosphor. If we produce both beef and milk per hectare, we have a better CO2 footprint. We are going for a fitness cow. We want to have every year calf. And we focus now more and more, not on the production, but more on the quality, more on beef quality, more on milk quality. This is far more important, and I'm sure this is another topic, but in 10 years' time, the milk is not paid according to somatics, only for somatics, fat, butterfat, and protein. It's paid for the fatty acids, for the CLA, the omega-6, omega-3 ratio. These are the things we have to focus on in the future. I was very impressed. Bayern Genetics is since 2001 every year in Madison at the World Dairy Congress in Madison. And in 2006 I got an inspiration by a Holstein guy, Professor Chad Deco. He's from Philadelphia or from a university, and his topic was skinny cows aren't sexy. But the conclusion was for him, the dairy cow of the future should look like an Olympic wrestler in the middleweight class. And it's exactly the cow we are looking for, and I'm sure and I agree with him that we have to go into that direction. So what is type in Fleckvieh? When I asked my colleagues in the Fleckvieh business, they said type is useless. We have not to go for type. We have to go for our breeding values. The paper will tell us everything, and I'm quite sure that if we follow this direction, what they recommend, we will clash against the wall. We will not have any future with our breed. Since 10 years, we ask them, please give us a type value for our cattle, for our bulls. Please establish a breeding value for type. And nothing happened. So we decided at Bayern Genetics we will make our own type value, which I will show you later on. It's much more simple and maybe Stone Age compared to AAA, but we thought we need a very simple system for our breed that we don't fail in the long term in the future. You see what this is. We rarely get photos of young bulls, middle-aged bulls, and old bulls in Fleckvieh because nobody takes the picture, nobody takes the photo. But here you can see the development. This is on the beef side. We also have bulls on the beef side, and even the beef bulls get a AAA code when we market them. Here is one of the cows which I like most. She's still alive. She's now 17 years old. And we almost got every year a photo of that cow. I could add 5-6 photos more. But you can see this is the type of cow we like the most. This is as a young cow. She's still more square. She has not the depth. The first lactation only 286 days. Then second lactation, third lactation, 6 days after sixth calving. So, and this cow is getting always more depth and more width. When you look from the front, she's going like an open V. When you stand in front of her like an open V, and the depth is going, and also the width of that cow impressed me a lot. And she produced already, I think, 130,000 liters of milk, and she's still alive. Yeah, we have, let's say, 3 big classes of type classes. One is the robust type. This is the cow with a little bit shorter neck, with more roundness in the body, but good depth. And this is a cow, you see, they can produce milk. Always people at the beginning, they said a robust cow or a round cow, they can't produce milk. We have at the moment, from the robust type in the bulls with the values, we have more 1,000 kilo bulls in that class compared to the other class, which I will show now. You see, this is the all-round type. As I said, we want to have a more athletic cow with which is very strong and very balanced to the performance. This is our type, what we want to have in the long run. And I can quickly go to the next one. This is exactly the type which is not very good for Fleckvieh, because this cow shows exactly that she's losing the ability for dual purpose. She goes more in the concave shaped form. She's not extreme, but she's in that type that she needs, when you mate her, a different bull. You can't use a bull from the S class, from the sharp class on that cow again. And you can see that the important traits which also influenced our type value, you can see below: height at crossbone, or at the rump height, body length, body depth, ratio between height at crossbone and body depth. This is now what we get. You see what we put in. There is also the slope in the rump. The rump slope is also very important. So we make the different ratios in the cattle, and we measured lots of cattle in the past 10 years to get the right ratio for our type value. You see, this is the harmony model, and these are the breeding values. These are so robust. Our top bull is now above that, but he also will bring more than 1,000 liters of milk, just to show you that we have the values available, but we just work with these codes in our breed together with the aAa code. This is how we want to match it, that the sharp cow gets a bull with the R, that at the end we come together in the all-round area, here for the cows and here for the bulls. So just to show you how very simple way to bring the population a little bit in the direction we want to have it in the future, to be successful. And here you can see how we explain it to our farmers in our bull catalog. Here you see the aAa code. Here you see the genetic type for beta-casein. Here you see the type A, and here you see the value, where the value is located on that scale from sharp to robust. You see, but now we come to the problems I have as a guy who is working with type traits and with the type value, because nobody understands in the Fleckvieh population what we are talking about. So I would like to come back to the genomics. It's in my opinion, a very good breeding tool, but with a very poor implementation. You see, at the beginning, 8 years or 9 years back, the enthusiasm was great. Even in my person, I was really enthusiastic about the new breeding tools, what we have and what we could do with it. Selection from a much larger genetic pool, I saw that as a big chance. They told us now we can go into herds which never produced a bull before, and we just have to check the bull calves, and there we will get the right types for the future. And you have to reduce your bulls. You don't need so many test bulls at all, because you get so many highly proven top bulls after 3 or 4 years that you don't know where to go with them. And the start was really successful. We realized from the screening of the genomics, we realized we have hereditary diseases we didn't know before. So that was a great start, and we could analyze all the bull lines, and we could prevent these bulls from going into the breeding business. But 4 years later, we had a great auction with the German Fleckvieh show in Miesbach, the cradle of Fleckvieh, and everybody told us you have to buy the bulls there. It's the top, the elite of German Fleckvieh. If you don't buy there, you're out of business. And you can see all the AI stations, they were sitting together, and they were bidding. They were bidding. The highest bull was almost 100,000 euros, 28,000, 18,000, 82,000, 18,000, and so on. The GZW, the total breeding index was really amazing. We were also keen to buy a bull. We only bought one. Vormund is the bull we bought for only 18,000. Because of that, everybody told us Bayern Genetics is out of business because they didn't buy one of the top bulls, this sensation 2P homozygous polled or Mupfel heterozygous polled, and Isario with skurs. We didn't bid for them. All bulls together, they cost, just the bidding price was 351,000, altogether with all the ads and about 450 to 470,000 euros at one auction for 7 bulls. I can't show you now both. This is before the test, or before we have daughters, and now we have the daughters left. You see, just go back from 133 and 102 in other. E means other. This means feet and legs, muscling and size. But just to go further, now we have daughter proof. Now we have the daughter proofs. And now you can see how these bulls performed. And honestly, compared to the old system, not one of these bulls would have been a bull father for the next generation according to the old system. But from these bulls, these are only 6 bulls. One bull, Hune, he had no semen left, or he produced no semen, so I kicked him out. But anyway, you see, from these bulls are now thousands of daughters in the barns of the farmers, and 22 sons are at the AI stations. So from losers we have thousands of daughters, and from these losers we have again 22 bulls at the AI station. And with a reduced number of bulls we test annually, this is a disaster. We come from 650 bulls, young bulls, tested now to 350, and when you have such a disaster, you make a big damage to the population. When I looked at the young bulls at the auction, before the auction, I already said I can't buy any of those bulls, but that Vormund was actually the best we thought from the exterior, and he also produced quite a nice exterior, but even so, this is not a very positive bull. This is now very statistically, but I just want to show you how the geneticists tell us what's going on. We have here January 2011. So the bulls born here, they are at the AI station, let's say July 11. And here we have the genomic bulls, and below we have the daughter proven, the proven sires, and the middle, this is the average. Just to give you an idea. These are now the bulls which were actually used in the population. This is an analysis of the inseminations. The geneticists were very happy with that because it showed the farmers use more now the genomic bulls. So the blue line, they are at least 5 years older, at least, than the genomic bulls. You see, I put in the red line, and here again the red line from December 2013. And please follow these lines which I put in. This is a statistic from the government, not from us. So the geneticists happy because now the farmers woke up. They use more the genomic bulls because they have much better genetic improve in their herds. And you can see this is December 2013. No daughters are in milk at the moment. And these are the bulls which farmers used in 2013. So the difference was quite high. I will go, just to make a big story short, you can see now here we are 2013, still not in milk, the daughters of the genomic bulls. And now we are here, 2016, and first time these bulls, the genomic bulls, their daughters are in milk. What happened? They fall below the line of the proven sires. And this is a disaster. At the beginning we were above 127, then they realized the values are far overestimated. Now we got a reduction. But here you see these lines are coming closer and closer. But you always keep in mind the red bulls, the genomic bulls are 5 years younger than the old guys. And these, so a farmer who would make the decision in 2011 to go for proven sires was much better than to go into genomic bulls. That's the story, what I wanted to tell you with the statistics. I showed you just, this is still the time when no daughters from the genomic bulls are in milk. There is still a difference between the proven sires and the genomic sires. Yeah. So now in August 2016 we get results from the daughters of the genomic bulls, and suddenly they go down. Yeah. I just want to tell you eradication of hereditary diseases. My summary here is in a very good process. More polled Fleckvieh bulls are available. Breeding values dominates, type doesn't matter at all. Physical defects in bulls and inbreeding are rising. Paper breeding is getting a hype in a smaller group of Fleckvieh breeders. Number of young AI bulls declines. Genomic results are really disappointing. Just to give you an idea, these bulls have nothing to do according to our understanding of Fleckvieh. And this is the worst picture I found in an Austrian paper. Everything is the same. We get, and even the Fleckvieh cow on the photo is the worst. Anyway, another topic is just to give you an idea how the industry is working. Everybody relies on paper breeding values, on the other side, on photos which are photoshopped. I want to give you 3 examples. Luckily not from Fleckvieh anyway. You see, one of our staff members was there, and he got the photos from the cow. This is the cow, and this is how the cow is marketed with genetics. Just to be realistic. And you can see here, according to the veins here, the blood vessels, it's the same cow. Yeah. So another one, and another one. This is how you are cheated in your business. So open your eyes, look into your herds. And I just want to make the summary short. It's a must that farmers start to think what they are doing in breeding. 80% of dairy farmers have no clue what genomics really is and lose the ability to analyze their animals. Farmers follow the herd. The AI industry is moving from a breeding-driven to a breeding value and money-driven business. The final product is less interesting. Breeding values and photos dominate a virtual world. Farmers must realize the facts. They need more security and more accuracy. The dairy farmers need real help from their advisors, aAa, in order to survive. The type of the cow is a prerequisite for economic and successful dairy and beef farming in the genomic area. Let me finish my speech with a word of Martin Luther. We are very close to Friesland, and I know there are lots of Protestants. I'm a Catholic, but I remember the word of Martin Luther. He said, if the world would be destroyed tomorrow, I still would plant an apple tree today. I say, as a breeder, as a Fleckvieh enthusiast, if the world would be destroyed tomorrow, I still would inseminate my Holstein cow in heat with Fleckvieh. Thank you.